Cancer, hi. So this is going to be a reading for September 8th through the 14th, and I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Cancer. Okay, the overall energy for the reading, the Three of Wands. This kind of looks a little bit like standby. I don't know why I'm getting waiting for a response or waiting for a reply with this one. I don't know if that's the case, but like standby-ish type of an energy. Anyways, in the recent past, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Hermit. You have your own version over something that happened. And you're like almost showing up fixated on it. Like, no, my perception over things is this. And you're not leaving room for bending or stretching over that. Like, it's that and that's it. But then I see an energy of healing that you kind of embark on. And then I wonder if your perception is starting to stretch out a little bit, where it's not as fixated, like, hey, I'm right about whatever happened because I say it's just that. It's almost like not wanting to see the other perspective, or, not wanting to place yourself in someone else's shoes to see, okay, maybe their perception was different though. Kind of fixated a little bit, but then I think it flexes out a little bit. Okay. Interesting. In the current situation, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, there's a really, really powerful bond here that you share with someone. And I feel like it's one of those undeniable, like, it doesn't really matter what happens in the physical, this stays with you. Like, they can be the biggest jerk in the world, you would still say, but I care for them deeply, when you're being honest with yourself. But there is a sense of rejection over this connection for some reason at this moment in time. So, I don't know. In the immediate future, the Ten of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, energies are coming together really, really nicely here. I almost see you kind of being at home and having visitors, and the environment is so welcoming, and you're so nurturing and so hospitable to everyone. Like, it's freaking paradise. But it's kind of looking a little bit like that, where your doors are open, and then whoever is gonna come in is gonna enjoy themselves to the fullest. So it's kind of a nice energy. And you're giving me a sense of almost learning how to do that, how to open up your doors. Two great energies. Not to everybody, though. It's kind of specific. It's like, if you're an asshole, you don't belong here type of a deal. Just two resonating energies to yours, So it's pretty cool. It's interesting because the reading starts from a very fixated point, one of those stubborn, like, I'm not going to see things in any other way than my way, and then it goes into full openness. So it's pretty interesting. Let me see the Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Something's moving very, very slow. That's why this energy feels like it's on standby, like nothing's happening. Where it's like, no, something is happening, but it's so slow that it feels like nothing is happening. And you're upset about it because it's whatever this is moving so slow. And you have, most of the times you may think that it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything. So, okay. Let me do the Queen of Swords in the recent past. You get the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, the Knight of Wands. Very, very driven, very passionate, very, especially in this fixation. There is a partnership at play over there where you're kind of, again, giving me your perspective, which I don't know what that is. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you're so fixated that that's the only truth to the situation. And again, you're very driven in that. You're very passionate. Like, no, it's like I said. No, that's the truth. Like I view it. It's like, no, it's not. I don't think if I would have caught you over there and tried to tell you otherwise, I don't think you would have listened with that energy right there. Where there was nowhere in your mind the possibility of things being a little different, maybe, or a little, there's other things, other subjects, other stuff going on than what you view as the truth. And especially because there's a partnership involved, there's always, your version, their version, and then there's the truth. So it's like your version is not the ultimate truth to things, but over there you are saying, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. For the 5 of Cups, you get the 5 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Swords. I would have guessed this outcome without even pulling the cards, but okay, we're doing this. It turned into a shit show. Yeah. It's not gonna be beneficial, when there's no flexibility. I got my own story about what's going on. You got your own. None of us are going to be flexible with it. It's just going to be either how I say or how you say. There's no middle ground there. There's no, hey, let's meet halfway. Let's see, because maybe it's not like me. Maybe it's not like you. Maybe there's something else here. Now, it's either like me or like you, or that's it. And then it turned into a shit show. And then I see it getting a little better. So one of you definitely kind of flexed a little bit. Maybe the both of you, I don't know. But it's yeah. Very rigid energies back there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. For the Hermit, you get the 3 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords. Okay, somebody's completely flexing here. Not sure who. It almost feels like it's a completely different energy that comes from the outside and positions themselves in front of you and shows you what it's like to look at things in a little bit of a different way. It's almost feeling like the minute you see them there's a instant match. And not only that, it teaches you, hey, take a step back, look at things from different angles. Okay. It pulls you out of this very rigid, fixated type of, my way or the highway type of a deal there. Okay. Or it could have been one of you. I don't think so, though. I do see things getting a little better, but I don't think to that extent overnight. I think this is a completely different energy that brings that out of you. For the 6 of Cups, in the current situation, you get the 9 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Chariot. Okay, yeah, there's love here, soul connection, love. Feels like everything about this bond feels right from an energetic perspective. Let's do the 9 of Wands. For the 9 of Wands, you get the 7 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody's learning through this soul connection, through the interaction with the soul connection, somebody's learning to not go back to old fixed ways, maybe. Yeah, I think so. You've come a long way already from whatever that was in the past there. It's just a matter of viewing things in a certain way and just not allowing for any kind of flexibility around that. On your end, to move a little to the right, try to look at things from that direction. It's like when you're in that energy there in the past, you're like, no, why would I? This is the only way. Right here where I'm at. Just a little, slide a little to the right. Nope, not doing it. You do it. I don't care. I'm not doing it. You do whatever you want. I don't care. But I'm not doing it. To the point of something open you up, something cracked you open here. Where it looks like you're not only sliding to the left, you're sliding left, right, everywhere. Like you're giving things the opportunity to be looked at from different angles, like everything. You still have the tendency to sometimes fall back into place, into that fixated, this is how it's going to be and that's it. But you're working on it. You're not allowing yourself to go back there, because that's limiting. That's limiting to you and to the experience you're having. And you know that. You've learned that, because otherwise you wouldn't be at the complete opposite at this point. So I just wonder, the energies that I see alongside you, if they're the same ones or if they got lost along the way. I do feel like with that type of fixated energy, I think some of those energies definitely got lost along the way, because that wouldn't have worked out. The shit show that was created there. But then there's others that come in and, slowly but surely help you get to where you're at here. And working and staying a little bit open in your perception, a little more flexible, not as fixed. For the Hierophant, in the current situation, you get the Ten of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Fool. You do have something that sticks out right now as a connection to someone. I'm not sure where they're at in the physical, though. I don't think they're there next to you. I think they're there sometimes. Maybe you see them occasionally. But as an energy, this one sticks out. There's a feeling of almost belonging. There's this bond you feel here to someone. Again, in the physical, given that I'm seeing the Two of Swords, the Knight of Wands in there, things that are kind of keeping you here and not in the proximity of this. I don't know. I don't think in the physical it's manifesting right there by your side. But energetically speaking, something's sticking out and something's building up here for you. Where are you going with this one? Okay, you've gotten from this fixated place of I'm not moving from here into you're visiting the moon right about now. It's just growing and growing and growing. The expansion here is unbelievable, but it is in regards to a particular connection you have with someone. For the Ten of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Lovers, the Tower, the Six of Pentacles. I don't know. It's just building up and up and up. And I think it's coming down in the physical as well as something. At least a hi. How you doing? Okay. There's a buildup. It's a nice buildup from an energetic standpoint. I am wondering if it's reciprocated. Hopefully it's not just on your side. Let's do the Page of Pentacles. In the immediate future, you get the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. Okay, you're learning how to balance out these energies, because otherwise they will take you to the moon and beyond. And they might take you into a little bit of fantasy land here. You really went from extremes. From one extreme to another, in the sense of your perception was so limiting you from flying off to the moon that now you've gone wild with that. And you can go places and allowing yourself to feel all of that, which is, it's amazing. It can be dangerous, because if you don't watch it with these energies, they can go into the direction of obsessive, fantasy land. And but the minute that happens, or the minute this kind of lands into the physical a little bit, I do feel the energy is kind of anchoring down and coming back to planet Earth. Where you feel more stable emotionally, more balanced. Fear is showing up, because over there on cloud 9 it's not going to show up. Over here on planet Earth, it's here. Fear of getting hurt, fear of what could happen here? Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. So something could be coming together. I may be looking at something that's coming together here nicely. For the Queen of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Temperance card, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. And then you pull back the focus towards yourself. I like how, again, the reading started with that fixated my way or the highway Queen of Swords. And it goes into Queen of Pentacles, very nurturing and very sharing of their heart type of an energy here, which is you. Definitely opening yourself up, because I do see some energies building up here within a particular dynamic. And yeah, you go through all of the flying adventures of it and through the fear of it, including the fears and the downloads of it. But for the most part, you're looking like you're opening up in a beautiful way to it, to this experience, which I don't know what it is, but at least you're not closed off and fixated because you're not willing to slide an inch, you know. Okay. You've grown a lot here. From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Swords. Learn patience too, because I feel like at times, and that's how the reading started too, at times not only do you lose your patience, that things are kind of evolving here but pretty slow, that you're kind of trying to take control over time, and that's going to take you back to that Queen of Swords energy, you know, the one that's trying to, my way or the highway is actually a controlling type of an energy. So try to be patient. Try to be patient, because you're like, oh my god, I'm so bored. Are we there yet? No, you're not. It's probably going to take some time, whatever this buildup is. Yeah, it's building up nicely in the energetical, and it does look like it's at a faster speed in the energetical, but by the time it comes in the physical, it's going to take a minute. So don't rush through this, and don't try to rush time. You know, when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.